Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. This is actually going to be the last video of the day. Woohoo! It has been a good day. Lots of great stories, lots of great conversation. I've really enjoyed my day with you guys. So I hope that you are enjoying the videos as well. If you haven't had a chance to take a look at them, please find some time to do so. And then give me your thoughts because I want to know how you're feeling. But yeah, so like I said, this is the last video of the day and we're actually going to be talking about Justin Timberlake. This is a bit of I guess a side element to the situation that he is found himself in. He had been arrested for DWI. I did actually do a story on that a couple of days ago or so. If you haven't gotten a chance to take a look at that video and you want some details and such, go ahead and make sure you take a look at that one after this one. I kind of feel this is going to be a short video, so this is just some information that was provided. I did share that I was going to do a little bit more looking on other things because there was stuff that was popping up in relation to this particular situation. But of course, all things are alleged at this point as Justin is, I believe, pleaded not guilty in court on Tuesday or Wednesday, but they do reference that in this story. So we're going to talk about that. So of course, all things alleged, and that's just what's going on. But I came across this story in the New York Post and I was pretty surprised to see that, people are already looking to find out who the arresting individual was in the situation. Probably also in part because, look, he did share he didn't know who Justin Timberlake was. So it doesn't surprise me that we're seeing a little bit about him as well, which, I guess at this point, dealing with situations such as this, sometimes you can become celebrity overnight. So why don't we just go ahead and get into this story? Like I said, it's probably going to be a quick one. And, we're just going to talk about it a little bit. All right. Now, according to the New York Post, they are sharing that rookie Sag Harbor cop who arrested Justin Timberlake already was well known by the locals for his strict enforcement of traffic laws after just 3 months on the force. So he hasn't been on very long. The rookie Sag Harbor cop who pulled over pop star Justin Timberlake for alleged drunk driving is well known in this ritzy town, according to a report. Officer Michael Arkinson, who turns 24 this month, stopped the sexy back singer Tuesday morning after allegedly seeing him blow a stop sign and swerving into the right lane. In just 3 months on the force, Arkinson has earned a reputation among Sag Harbor's wealthy residents and earning such not so pleasant nicknames for his steadfast element of strict enforcement of traffic laws. Despite Timberlake's global fame, Arkinson, who wasn't even born when Timberlake joined NSYNC in 1995, had no clue with whom he was dealing. By the time Timberlake's hit Bye Bye Bye, I think it's really funny how in this article they're giving you those, hits that NSYNC had at one point in time. I guess in case you want to go down memory lane and, pull up those songs or just have a fond memory. I thought that was kind of cute, but let's continue. As the Bye 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 topped the charts in 2000, Arkinson was just a toddler. Wow. A writer from Shelter Island who identified himself as Spencer recounted an unpleasant encounter with Arkansas. I don't know why I'm saying Arkansas. I guess his name is so close to it, but it's Arkansas. While searching for a parking spot in Sag Harbor and making a U-turn. A writer from Shelter Island who identified himself as Spencer recounted an unpleasant encounter with him while he was searching for a parking spot in Sag Harbor and then making the U-turn. Spencer shares that he was surprised that he was pulled over. He actually did this interview with the Daily Mail. He further shares that it was off season and no one was around. It was a really bad move. I felt like he pulled me over just for the sake of doing it. Okay. Although Spencer received a warning, Arkinson wasn't so lenient on the next run-in. Pulled over for talking on his cell phone, Spencer protested that he was using the speakerphone. This story is funny. He told me I should have been using Bluetooth, Spencer told the outlet. Despite his explanations, Arkinson slapped him with a $145 ticket, and Spencer further says, I thought he would give me a break. I'm sure he did. It really interrupted my workout and lunch plans. I think Justin Timberlake was a victim of over-aggressive Sag Harbor police, he added. And of course, this whole situation is alleged, because again, Justin is going to have his day in court soon. Meanwhile, a longtime Sag Harbor resident recalled Arkansas's early days as a traffic control officer, or a brownie as they would call them, before he joined the police force. Everyone knew where the cops would park on Main Street, and the resident told the outlet, adding that Arkansas's ignorance of Timberlake's fame was understandable. If that is not your taste in music, how would you know? I don't know. Justin Timberlake was a pretty big, star. I mean, I don't really follow him myself, but I don't know. The name is synonymous with a lot of different things. He's been around for a while. Anywho, on the night of Timberlake's arrest, Arkansas noted in his report that Timberlake performed poorly on all standardized field sobriety tests and reeked of alcohol and was unsteady on his feet and had slow speech. Timberlake claimed he only had one martini and was following his friends home. He refused the breathalyzer test 3 times, leading to his arrest and transport to Sag Harbor Police Department headquarters. I tell you. Timberlake pleaded not guilty in Sag Harbor Village Court on Tuesday and was bailed out by his lawyer, Eddie Burke, by Wednesday. Timberlake had left the Hamptons to prepare for his Chicago concert on Friday night. His case will return to court on July 26th, but the star doesn't need to be present. And again, all alleged, he does plan to fight this out, and he'll have his day in court, and we'll see what happens and comes what may. But I did think it was kind of interesting how I think a lot of people were probably taken aback that, the cop didn't recognize who Justin was. But let's face it, sometimes you may look different in a performative type of stance versus just being one of the regular people, and a lot of times people do like to disguise themselves as normal people if they possibly can, so that they don't get a lot of the, hoopla of fans or, anything like that. They kind of just move about how they want. But Spencer, he had an interesting account, and he's clearly still upset about that whole situation. And it's interesting how he had just assumed that he would get, a warning and not get a ticket. And I'm like, wow, because not everybody gets that. But yeah, clearly things may run a little bit different in Sag Harbor, but hey, at the end of the day, it ain't Hollywood. So and I guess Sag Harbor is not going to, as long as they've got individuals enforcing the law as it should be. And that's according to whatever their laws are. I have no idea. I've never been to Sag Harbor, never really thought about going there, but I don't know. Maybe one day I will check it out. Put it on the bucket list of places to go. I heard it's a beautiful place. I know it has a very rich history that I would be interested in going and checking out for myself. So maybe one day I will. So yeah, maybe that'll be what comes out of this article for me. But yeah, that's really my thoughts. So that was an interesting story. I thought it was an interesting take. And yeah, so I mean, hey, we're making celebrities left and right off of this whole situation. But it will be interesting to see what takes place and what happens. And but on the real, with no jokes aside, I hope that things do resolve to the appropriate level of resolution that is required, and if there is help at all needed, the areas that help is sought out. At the end of the day, it seems pretty damning as far as what was placed in the report and what we've been hearing. So we'll just have to see how things shake up. But yeah, in the meantime, Justin apparently is on tour as well right now. So I'm just curious if any of y'all are Justin Timberlake fans, and if you happen to see or we'll see him on one of his tours. I don't know what all the dates are and all that stuff and locations, but apparently he's on his way to Chicago. So yeah, for a performance. But yeah, let me know if your thoughts, or if you have any thoughts about this. But yeah, I'm sure there'll be more to come, definitely by the time the case gets to that stage. And I'll be keeping my eye out on this story, and anything that comes up, I will most certainly be adding it to the elements that we already have and sharing that with you. So yeah, I think that about does it for this story, and this does it for this video. But I am so grateful that you were here and hung out with me for a little bit. I hope that you do have a good evening. Like I said, this is the last video for me for tonight. I do plan on being back tomorrow with more stories and more shenanigans to talk about. And I do hope that you will join me for that as well. And of course, if you enjoy the content, I would really do appreciate a like on the way out. And of course, if you have not subscribed and you if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe and just become part of the family here. We'd love to have you. Really would love to have you. It's nice to be able to have conversation about certain things going on in the world that is not always, I don't know, maybe some things are serious, maybe some things are not, but nevertheless, it's just nice to have conversation and community. And that's, what we're doing here, building community. So again, I do hope you have a great evening, and I think I will bid you adieu. Take care, be blessed, be safe, and until next time, bye.